chat with QT. Chit chat with QT. Chit chat, chit chat, chit chat with QT. Chit chat with QT. Chit chat with QT. Chit chat, chit chat, chit chat with QT. Chit chat with QT. Chit chat with QT. Chit chat, chit chat, chit chat with QT. With QT. Chit chat with QT. Chit chat, chit chat, chit chat with QT. Chit chat. Hey, cuties. Happy Thursday, guys. Happy Thursday. Thank you guys so much for joining me for this power hour. If you don't mind, please hit the like button on your way in. Hit the like button if you're watching from the bushes. Shout out to the replay gang as well. And shout out to the cutie crew. I see the cutie crew representing in the chat. And naturally, shout out to each and every one of you. I appreciate you guys for joining me. Let's go ahead. I'm going to say some quick. Well, let me scan the comments because I already starred one from Ruth. But hey, Linda Gamble, Veronica Monroe. Hey, if I start saying hi to everybody, I will not stop. So you guys know, oh, child, let me go ahead and star Miss Rat's comments. Oh, child, Teresa Wright. Let me start that comment. Y'all started the discussion without me, and I love it. I really do. Shout out to Aunt Debbie in the building. Shout out to the cutie mods, Aunt Debbie, Linda Gamble, LaDawn. And let me see. Let's see. I think that's it so far. Okay, for the cutie mods. Thank you guys for modding for me. You guys know I appreciate you. Cutie crew, don't forget we are getting active. So make sure you have your step apps running, all of that. We will have our $150 prize at the end of this month. Let me scroll real quick to see if I need to start any more comments. Hey, Crickets. Hello. Uh-oh, from the shy. Hey, Kimberly, how are you? I've been missing you guys. I've been busy at work. So, but we had an awesome members only live the other night. Do you hear me? It's always awesome, but it was deep, it was real, it was raw, all of the above. Thank you, classy type lady. Thank you for saying that you love the intro music. It gets me going, child. I need to start just playing it at home. But I'm down at the bottom. I start a couple comments and we're going to go ahead and get started. First of all, I think I'm going to do a reaction video. I shared an old clip that just was on my timeline of Love and Marriage Huntsville. It was the reunion when Kimmy and Kiowa was going at it. Egypt was the host, and it was real. That's when Love and Marriage Huntsville, for the most part, was really real. You know, Egypt didn't have a what is it called? A dog in the fight or something, child, that old saying. And she was able to ask the right questions. Carlos has not been able to do that. So I may react to it. A couple of the cutie crew members have already commented on it, and basically we all said the same thing. There's a big difference than what we used to see to what we see now, child. With these fake scenes, boring scenes, fake storylines, all of the above. What else before I get started? I was watching Sean Davies. I don't know if you guys are familiar with him, but Jaguar Wright, and I don't have a screenshot or anything. Jaguar Wright has been, child, just letting loose, okay, for quite some time. And she was arrested last night. So she's currently in jail. She is actually on the phone with him. I had to put it on pause so I can go live, but she's calling in live, child, from Dallas, Texas jail. Hey, Brittany Janae. Hello, hello. So, a lot of people feel that it's odd that, with some of the things that Jaguar says, no one has sent her a cease and desist. So she's been talking about Diddy and Jay-Z, and I saw something regarding Aaliyah a lot. So I'm gonna tune back into that. We'll have to discuss that for those that's been following Jaguar and her. I don't want to say shenanigans. Really? Okay, LaDawn. All right, sis. Yes, I put it on pause, child. We'll have to discuss. We'll get into more of topics like that soon. I know I keep saying it, but soon. And yeah, we'll discuss that as well. Real quickly, some hot topics. Let me go here first. This really upset me the other day. Oh, I don't know if I even want to show her. Okay, let's go ahead and go here. Did you guys see it went viral, the clip of the black superintendent where the guy ran up on stage and blocked the black superintendent from shaking his daughter's hand at a graduation ceremony. It really upset me. It seems like it upset his daughter as well. I'm gonna go ahead and put up this copyright disclaimer. I'll show a little piece of it, and I do want you all's thoughts because for me, first thing I saw thought was, I'm just gonna keep it real. The guy was racist. Okay, he came out later and said that the reason why he did that is because the superintendent, I guess, didn't rule fairly when it comes to bullying that his daughter experienced at the school, but that is not solely up to, as far as the decision, to the superintendent. But shout out to Neighborhood Talk. I'm gonna share this with you guys real quick. It is covered under the Copyright Disclaimer Act 1976. We are definitely criticizing this, okay? Also, it's news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Again, it is covered under fair use, and that is permitted by the copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. So let me share it so we can see it. And I'm glad that the superintendent, I wanted a different outcome. I can't say the outcome that I wanted right there on that stage. I can't say here what I would have liked to have seen. Well, I could say it, I wanted to see them pause. That's all. I wanted to see them pause. But let me go ahead and I'm going to make sure. Okay, so it is on the screen. Let me go back and play this for you guys. This was absolutely ridiculous. Take a look. Now, he just took that man. I'm going to go out and go back in because I want you guys to see that again. It's the audacity for me. Number one, who are you? Who are you to do that? Take a look. Just put his hands on him. Look at his daughter, embarrassed, wondering what's going on, shocked. Look at her. And that's all I'm gonna show. Facts, Lala. Hey, Lala. Lala, I was thinking about you. I hope your sister and your niece are okay. I was thinking about you the other day. So thank you so much for stopping in. Let me stop sharing this because I don't want to keep even looking at it because it upsets me so bad. But with the current state of affairs, as far as the temperature, most times in the country, we talking about the United States, you don't do that. He could have had a pow pow, or somebody could have thought that he had a pow pow and they could have pow powed him. Absolutely, Valessa. Pause would have, should have been thrown. But anyway, I took it off the screen too quickly, and it's nothing that I need to play. But the superintendent, his name is Rainey Briggs, he has filed a restraining order against the father, Matthew Eady. And the father is not to have any contact outside of their upcoming hearing, which will be June 14th. Um, I'm just glad that things didn't turn out no matter how I wanted them to. Well, that part, I wish it would have. But again, it could have been worse. It could have been much worse. And it's the audacity for me. You know what I mean? It's the audacity. So I just wanted to touch on that. Cutie crew, you guys know we'll discuss more. But let me read Kay Hayes. Hey, Chronicles of Kim K. Kay Hayes said, what about the teachers and principals? Shouldn't they have handled the issue first? That's what I mean, Kay Hayes. When I said that whatever decision it was, if that's even the truth, it wasn't the decision wasn't solely the responsibility or made by the superintendent alone. Naturally, it goes up. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I said I think it is a little more that was going on. Shirley Jasper said Jaguar is talking about Jay and Beyonce. Yes, that's what I mean. She's been talking about a lot of people with no cease and desist, and that's why a lot of people feel like, hey, there may be some truth to some of the stuff that Jaguar has been saying. Child, what's going on? What's going on? Okay. My screen where I had things just stuck. Hold on, let's see. Okay. I'll play this one instead of sharing from MSNBC. I was going to do that, but I'll share it from Hollywood Unlocked. And we'll discuss more, like I said, when it comes to our thoughts. You guys know that's behind the walls where we can really, really get raw when it comes to that man putting his hands on that guy. That was assault to me. I don't know about you guys. Don't touch me. None of the above. That was assault. But you guys remember, Cutie Crew, we also played this last week and got a big cackle about the man who went viral over at that time they were saying that his driver's license was suspended, but his driving privileges was suspended. Well, child, he done got locked up again. And look, that judge, that older black judge from Michigan, do not play. You hear me? So this guy tried to come out and play the victim. I'm gonna talk about people playing victim when I get down to Destiny. Hey, Relly. Shout out to any content creators in the building. Hey, sis, Pink Diva. I see you. Sis, if you don't watch that video, let me tell you guys something real quick. Me and sis be suffering through videos, child, just to have a discussion. And sis didn't want no part of a video that I sent her, child. She be tripping. You hear me? But anyway, this man came out and tried to play the victim role. And he was, oh my God, I was so embarrassed because he tried to come out and said that the court system made a mistake, that his license was not suspended. Child, the man was giving interviews and everything. Do you hear me? Well, he went back in front of that same judge. And I'm going to let you guys take a look. Let's take a look and take a listen. And then we'll discuss. I mean, it's crazy to me. We'll discuss. Let's take a look.
During a virtual court hearing for suspended license.
Corey Harris showed up in person at a Washtenaw County courthouse today, hoping to set the record straight.
Now, I ain't going to talk about the man. I don't know if he need the cane for real or not. But again, he was out here playing that victim role, child. Let's continue.
And put this entire saga behind him. Instead, we're reporting on a brand new chapter.
7 News Detroit reporter Kimberly Craig has been keeping up with the twists and turns of this one. She was in court today as it all unfolded.
Well, nothing went the way Corey Harris thought it was going to go.
Let me go up.
Were unsuspended in 2022. That required Mr. Harris to do something. He didn't do it.
The judge said Harris
I love that judge.
fees with the court or the Secretary of State to lift the suspension. But that's not all.
Now, real quickly, this guy was stopped a couple years ago in Michigan, and his driver's privileges were suspended. And then he was supposed to go to the Secretary of State and clear it up, pay the fees and all of that. He didn't do that. That's why when it went in front of the judge the first time, it was still in a suspended status. But that's not it. Take a look.
He's never had a Michigan license. Ever.
We asked Harris yesterday.
He's never had a Michigan license ever, or a driver's license in any other state. But take a listen to what this victim child had to say. Take a look. Really.
If he ever had a valid driver's license, he claimed he didn't remember. You ever recall having one? Having a driver's
Look at him. Look at him.
a driver's permit, or
I believe, I don't know.
Man, get on up out of here. That's all I'm going to play from that mess. If you guys didn't hear it, I'll tell you what he said. She asked him, has he ever had a driver's license? That's not a hard question. That's not no hard question. Grown adults, kids, child, if you of age where you can go through driver's ed and all of that, you know if you had a driver's license or not. But he sat there. They did, might be. He sat there and looked crazy, child, standing all up in the air. I know I may have had a permit. A permit? You get permits when you are in high school. So he sat there, lied, knowing he ain't never had no driver's license. So I just wanted to touch on it because, again, I love that that black judge, child. And that judge was upset that man came out here and tried to shade the court system. And he went off. He said he ain't had a license in none of the states. Period. Crazy. Lady Virgo said he needs to leave that Mad Dog 2020 alone. Now, that is a throwback, okay? That's a high school drink, child. When I used to sneak. But anyway, I just wanted to touch on that. What else do I have for hot topics? That may be it. That may be it. So we're going to go ahead and get into some Huntsville happenings. If you guys are just joining me, please make sure to hit that like button. But on our list today will be a couple things when it comes to some Huntsville happenings. We'll go over a couple of the questions that Destiny answered from an interview. We'll also go over something that is very serious when it comes to Marc, Mel's brother. And then we'll start this thing on off. First of all, shout out to Melody Sheree. Let me go ahead and move this off the screen. Mel's video, Nobody's Business, crossed over the $1 million, child, not $1 million, million view mark. Million view in under a month, 3 weeks and a couple days. that is absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. Look, Mel is doing this thing with no A&R. Most times it's the A&R's job to put their artists out here and all of that. And doing this without being signed to a label. And just scroll, take a scroll on YouTube and look at some of the artists that are out with labels that haven't even hit a milli, baby. A milli. So congratulations to Mel. I'm sure it feels absolutely amazing. Um, Telltale Signs also crossed the million mark. And yeah, this is to be celebrated. It really, really is. So I'll give you guys a little tip. You can go to, for instance, Mel's Melody Sheree YouTube page. And let's say at night you want to hear Nobody's Business before you go to sleep. You can put that on, but there's also a feature that you can select that will play the next video from that person's YouTube channel. And that way we can run them numbers up on all of her other songs, child. My favorite is Telltale Signs. I love Cloud9. I just love them. I do. And that's no cap, okay? So congratulations again to Mel. Really, you said it's all about backing and promotion. When it comes to really having a A&R person, but Mel doesn't. So hers, as far as her climbing the charts, is totally organic and due to her talent, number one, and her support. So that is amazing. Again, it's people out here that's been signed to labels for years and they don't reach that mark. So congratulations again to Melody Sheree. Now let me say this. I'm gonna stay on Mel. I was being fast, child. I was being fast this morning, and Mel posted this in her stories. No, maybe it was a reel. And security, child, everything will be going wrong with me. Let me put it up here. Let me pause it first. Let me put it up here. But baby, I believe this is the same security guard that told Mel that he'll catch her if she fall. All I saw was the man's back today, and I was being fast, child. I would be a damsel in distress. Do you hear me? That man will have to come rescue me from everything. But I did have to mute the music. But take a look. I believe this is security. Take a look, guys. Baby, look how strong he is. Ooh, child. Not the slow motion. Not the slow motion. Baby. Yes, really. Mel looking good, child. I need to stop being fast. She says she not dating, so I don't think she dating a security guard. But baby, it would be hard for me to resist. Relly said she would be falling all over the place. Do you hear me? Yes, Relly. Yes, ma'am. Let me put it back up, and I'm just gonna pause it on the back real quick. Right there. Oh, shoot. Oh, I can't pause it this way. Dog yet. One more again for the people, child. One right there. That's slow motion. That's slow motion, child. Ooh, baby. Look at the shoulders. Let me stop being fast. Let me stop being fast. But look, he's fine. Yes, to the arms, Glam Rock. Yes, ma'am. The arms, the back, the neck. Brittany, Janae, quit being fast, child. Y'all quit being fast. Because that's what I was doing. But as you guys could see in that video, they were at the post office dropping off them orders. Now, this is another thing that we talked about in members only the other day. A lot of people like to compare Mel working out her house, and other people got warehouses. And let me just say this. If I could make, she dropped the receipts, child, last week, about 70,000 in 2-3 days from home. Let's just say if we bump it up, You know, if she can make 70,000 in a couple days, I'll just say, let's say maybe, and I don't know Mel's money, half a meal a month. What the hell do I need a warehouse for? If I'm able to make sure that the demand is met, if I'm able to save on overhead, light bill, gas bill, everything, if I'm able to do that right from home, why do I need to run out and get a warehouse space? For what? I am meeting my demand. Ain't no chargebacks over here. Child. Meeting my demand. Orders are being fulfilled. So I don't get that. It is admirable and there's nothing wrong with it. And I don't know if people really took a look at the size of Mel's home. Well, her basement is the size of that home. That's a lot of space. That's a lot of space to get what needs to be done. Child. Some people in warehouses, you know, people still complain. You know what I mean? So it's nothing wrong with it. Congratulations again. Where am I on time? I'm just running my mouth, child. But this next issue is very, very serious. Very serious. Shout out to the 717 of you that's joined me. Please make sure to hit the like button. I want to get this comment off the screen because I'm going to share Marc'S, Mel's brother's video. And Marc had surgery on the back of his head to remove cancerous cells. In the video that I'll play, he stated that he's been going to the dermatologist for 2 years. He also said that he will be speaking about this on a podcast, and hopefully it's something that's ongoing. That is a lot of our complaints when it comes to Kimmy, and I'm thank God that she's well as well, you know, but we wanted more. We wanted to be educated. So I'm glad that he did say that he'll be speaking more about it. But you guys take a look. Before I even do that, skin cancer is serious. And he's going to mention this, but this is mine. Sunblock. Black folks, we need it. And I am guilty of, up until a couple years ago, not using sunblock, you know? So let's take a look. But if you haven't, or if you don't have it at home, go out and get you some sunscreen lotion and wear it. Wear it. You know, we think because some of us may be of the darker hue that we don't need it, but we do. Sun is damaging. But let's take a look at Marc's video, and I'm gonna shut my mouth. Here we go.
What's up? So I'm a cancer survivor. They got it all out. I must upload some pictures to show the actual hole, the cut where they did the incisions and removed all the cancerous cells. But yeah, it's all out, and I'm glad of that. Now what happens is, for 2 years, you have to go back to the dermatologist to get tested for skin cancer to make sure you don't have skin cancer. I'm not sure why. For 2 years, you have to do it every 6 months. They prefer I have a cold still, so I'm like really sick. But they prefer you to do it every 6 months, but definitely once a year for 2 years. To make sure you're still cancer free in your skin. I guess all over, just your whole body. I'm trying to think what else was interesting. I'm going to do a live podcast with the young lady, Shauna. She and I are going to come and kind of talk about skin cancer and cancer. Just to kind of like keep people, African Americans especially, in the know of and about skin cancer, because I think a lot of times we don't pay much attention because we have melanin. We're like, oh, I'm safe, I'm good. But as you can see, if you're not covered with sunscreen or with hats on, it can happen to you. So anyway, just want to make sure that we are protecting ourselves from this beautiful, beautiful sun. I still love the sun. Excuse me, I love the sun though. I really do. Anyway, all right, that's it. So I got my incisions cut, my little cuts, and they'll come off in 2 weeks. I have to go back so you can look at it. If I would have gotten the stitches where they like one long stitch or something like that, it would have been healed in 14 days. But when you get it that way, you can't exercise, you can't do anything. So I got it where it's going to heal from the inside out, which is going to take a little bit longer, 4 to 6 weeks. And it's going to have, so the stitches that they put in just kind of made the hole a little 80% smaller than it was. But you can exercise, run, or whatever, move while it heals. But like I said, with the one with the stitch, if you have to be very careful because you don't want blood vessels to burst and open or something, he said, because the hole is so big. And then the one that I have, it's a circle, but they made the circle smaller and put some stitches in there to make it smaller. But once it heals, I guess if it doesn't heal the way you like it, you can then get another incision where he'll just sew it together with one stitch. So, but guess what? I don't care what it looked like, actually, as long as the cancer is gone. So I'm good either way. But that's it for today. And like I said, I'm going to speak with Shauna and find out when we can come do a live talking about skin cancer. All right, y'all have a good one.
All right, guys. And yes, Stephanie, I actually wrote that down, even though I didn't need to, but thank God that this was caught. You know, he does have a cold, but we used to see Marc'S partying, child, out there in that backyard with the pool and all of that, on vacation in a lot of sun-filled areas. You know what I mean? So it's just a message. And I'm glad that he's speaking about it. I'm gonna have to put my notifications on so I can know when Marc goes live, because I really want to catch the live that he's going to do with the young lady. I think he said her name was Shauna. You know, and they're gonna speak about skin cancer, and I hope it's ongoing. Now I'm gonna correct myself. I don't know if he was going to the dermatologist for 2 years, but I think in this, when I just rewatched, he said that he has to go back for 2 years, every 6 months or so. But either way, we are so happy that it was caught, and hopefully everything will heal. But like he said, he really don't care how it heals as far as the scar, as long as they were able to go in and remove the cancerous cells. So shout out to Marc, Mini Marc. You guys know I have Marc in some of my intros where he say chit chat be killing him. And he's just a good guy. He really is. So let's make sure, if you all aren't following Marc on Instagram, make sure to go over on Instagram and follow him. And then let's tune in when he does go live with the young lady. I'm not sure if it'll be on Instagram or if she has a YouTube page or not. But either way, let's make sure to, get educated. Get educated. Yes. Juice and Tea with TB said F cancer. I totally agree. So again, guys, make sure. I was shopping at Ross and I said, oh, I don't have any. And I picked up me a couple bottles a couple weeks ago. Make sure you invest in yourself, because that's investing in your health. And wear it. Even if you're in a climate where you feel like you don't need it, just wear it. So, Cutie Crew, as always, we'll talk about this a little more when we have our next members only live. But let's go ahead, child, and get into old Destiny Payton. Destiny doing a lot of talking, child. A lot of talking. Let me go ahead and put this fair use back up because I am going to be scrolling through the question and answer interview, I guess, that Destiny gave with Blavity. Sad eye on a couple. Sad eye. Move on. Val France said Melody is actually smart to run her thriving capitalized business from home. It's an excellent tax write-off. Keyword tax write-off. Warehouse and rent for what? Yes, and you also said I'm reading from my phone. Sorry, I didn't highlight it. But you also said Mark is great news. Mods, where are we? How are we looking on likes? If you guys can make sure you like the video, let me get out and go back in before I proceed. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. Let's see. Oh, shoot. Every time I do that, I can't get back in on my phone. But YouTube did. Maybe I have an update that I need to do. 457 likes so far, 761 people watching. If you guys can hit the like button for me, that would be great. I'm going to go ahead and throw this cash app up here as well. But shout out to you guys again. If you sent me a cash app, super chat, super sticker, any acts of kindness, join my membership, ordered from my website. Let me say that real quick before I move on. Is this the only picture I got of my merchandise? Up here, I'll update this. But shout out to those that are operating online businesses or stores and is doing everything in the proper legal manner. Okay. We already know how allegedly, and I don't get how come Stormy ain't came out and talked about this if it's not true. I don't understand that. But when you go to chitchatwithqt.com, and if you order anything from my site and the company that I'm using, I don't see your name, your address, your CC number, nothing. The company produces the merchandise, handles the payments, take their cut, and that's it. So, but if you have ordered from my website, thank you guys as well. But let's go ahead real quickly and get into, I got about 20 minutes, this interview that Destiny did, and this is allowed for fair use purposes. This is everything that I'm saying is alleged, in my opinion, period, point blank, and is for entertainment purposes only. Destiny. Let's talk about it. I'll just say this real quickly. Destiny, for me, contradicts herself a lot. But in this sit down, she's speaking about the show. She's speaking about Sonny and Moses. And child, she is still speaking about Mel. She said that let me just say this before I get into that. A lot of people think that a lot of folks just pick a side. Now, for me, clearly, when it comes to the issue between Sonny and Moses, I said my thoughts, and I was on Destiny's side when it comes to that. So clearly, people just don't pick sides to pick sides. But I'm going to pick a side right now because I have not heard Mel speak negatively about Destiny. We remember when Mel brought up about that money, and the only reason why she addressed that is because of Destiny and what Destiny said. Destiny said Mel wasn't a good friend of her. So Destiny, just like the guy with the driver's license, she plays victim a lot to me, a lot. But we're gonna go ahead and get into it. I will say this though, I don't like a lot of the trigger words that's been thrown out here lately. She mentioned riots in this. We've heard cult, we've heard mob, we've heard a whole lot. And I think that all of that, in my opinion, is done on purpose because I can't speak for anybody else. But Mel has never come to me and said, hey, can you talk about this? Hey, can you go at that person? Hey, can you do this? No, never. And I'm sure that's the case when it comes to other content creators. So we all said that, look, can't nobody control what we open our mouth out and say. So, anyway, when it comes to the title of this video, let me show you guys. I'm going to skip right on down to that. Because we've talked about the Moses issue. And I will say that all of them, I said this the other day, none of them should be back. Destiny said that she was asked to come back even before she learned of Moses and Sonny too. What she had to say about her friendship with Mel. They asked her, they said, your friendship has gone south. And shout out to Blavity. If you guys want to read the whole thing, go to blavity.com and you'll be able to find it. But they said, your friendship has gone south with Melody. There seems to be a theme on the show that her friendships are not sustainable. We wonder why. I'll just insert Marc'S in all of that because they would rather have pity for him than stand on what's right. Is there something that we're not seeing behind the scenes about why she has not been able to sustain these relationships with the cast? Before I even get to what Destiny had to say, I think she was able to sustain her relationship with Destiny. Number one is because she overheard her talking about her in that hotel room. Number two, even though she cut that off, Destiny was saying she wasn't a good friend. Good friend, I didn't give you thousands of dollars. But Destiny said 100%. And patterns don't lie. They said, what would you attribute that to? She said, there's a lot of play on social media. Now, Destiny, when you talk about social media, either, because this question was about Mel, talk about what's going on Mel's social media, but not everybody else's. She said, there's a lot of play on the blogs. It's clearly coming from one side. And that's my opinion. Okay, that's your opinion, but what that got to do with Mel? I could be wrong, but for me, the only thing that I can speak up on specifically is about our relationship and why it got to the place that it is. Insert Martell, insert I'm not a good friend, insert I heard you talking about me. Because before I was very confused. But as I've spoken out about my DV and how I had to come to grips with that being my reality, one of the things that was said in public by Mel was that I knew one side of the story and now I know the truth. And I'm in support of the other party. Now, I'm being honest, I promise you guys, I don't remember Mel saying that. But I'm gonna stop at this part real quick. I know one side of the story, and now I know the truth. Who knows if the truth, Destiny, was supporting you? You're not talking to Mel, you really don't know. She says she's in support of the other party. And if she is, what's the issue, Destiny? Because you seem to have always been in support of her other party, which is Martell Holtz. But anyway, she said, so for me, it was like, how do you go from, and I want to ask Destiny this question when I'm done reading it. How do you go from supporting a woman, being there for her through those times that she never even discussed publicly, to publicly saying, now I know the truth? So for me, it's kind of hard to bounce back from that. Same question back to you, Destiny. How do you go from supporting Mel? Because in the beginning, when you guys were still friends on the show, we saw you sort of holding Martell accountable. How were you supporting her? Being there for her through her tough times. And then you pop up on the scene with coleslaw. Or you come out and continuously say, you know where the bones are buried. Is that Am I crazy? You guys in the chat, is that support? And it's hard for her to bounce back from that. Destiny, stop playing in our face. I said this the other day and I'll say this again. When Mel joined Destiny at her photo shoot, Destiny asked about the friendship and Mel shut it down. But before Mel shut it down, Destiny was excited. They were having fun. I'm going to admit, I loved it. I did. But I respect people and their boundaries because I'm on the outside looking in. I don't know what they went through with each other for Mel to set that boundary. And she told Destiny then, we good the way we are. We good. And I saw the change in Destiny's face. I really, really did. But the other question, let's see. Here it is right here. That they asked Destiny. They said social media plays a huge role in the show. I feel like we find out more online, the truth, than the actual show. A lot of people are starting to say that the show has just become extremely toxic. What's your take on that? Now, I would have expected some of the toxicity that Martell has done to be in Destiny's answer, but guess what, guys? It wasn't. Destiny said, I think that we already know the agenda. Told you guys before the show started. The agenda is content creators. The agenda is the millimeters. Let's blame. But Destiny said, I think that when a group of people are radicalized and there is no control, then yes. But you can also take a stance. And when there's no stance taking, or you are using those people to kind of like riot for you, it makes it a different world. Using who? Using who? And why would she throw riots in there? What riot have you been involved in, Destiny, based off of social media? So I think that, again, these trigger words that's being thrown out here are crazy. I can't tell, and that's all I'm going to read. As I mentioned, you guys want to read the whole article, make sure to go to blavity.com. But I'll just say this when it comes to how I feel about that. I think it's done on purpose. I think Destiny is also just a victim, child, at all times. The DV, she could have spoke out about that when she was on the show before she was given a hiatus period or whatever. And if she knew about what Mel went through, Mel knew about what she went through, whose responsibility is it to talk about it? Destiny's. And Destiny gave us the excuse that I couldn't talk about it. It's in my divorce. That's BS. That's BS. And is the trauma-based therapy really working when it comes to Destiny? Is it really working? Because there's a lot of pointing of the fingers for me. And Destiny, as women, just like I speak about, I would have loved to have been educated when it comes to Kimmy and what she experienced with her cancer journey. Destiny, even when it comes to you and what it seems like you're going to be talking about a lot, which is DV. For me, you can't be in support of somebody that has been convicted of DV and then want people to feel sorry for you. Is it wrong? It's either right or wrong. So if DV is wrong, we wondering how you show up at Cheesecake Factory with Martell and Coleslaw. That was done to get at Mel. But we wondering how everything that he does, you're okay with it. When they asked Destiny before on a YouTube video a couple weeks ago, if she would have filed charges like Mel did, no, my heart won't let me do that. The lies. Because when she was arrested the first time, she went right back up there the same day, tried to get papers on LeBerry. So, this is why I think they're so upset because we call out things like this. Again, I stood with her and still standing with her when it comes to what Sonny and Moses got going on. But don't play in our face when it comes to other issues. Either keep it real and say, you know what? Um, Mel and I aren't friends, but what Martell has done with proof, they all on YouTube, got YouTube channels and everything. What Martell has done is wrong. And I can understand why she did that. Don't say you wouldn't do it to your ex-husband who keep getting you locked up every other week, allegedly. Don't say he's wrong, but Martell is right. Just because you and Mel are no longer friends. We touch on this in members only. Shout out to the Cutie crew. We touch on so much, but yeah, we cannot be friends with people and still don't come out and try to dog them out. And as I stated, as I started this portion of my life, I haven't seen Mel sitting on her live talking about destiny, sitting on interviews talking about destiny, none of the above. Simply beautiful. Judging by the verbiage, they all have had absolutely a mellow meter conversation. Girl, if you think, look, Kimmy and Marceau used the same exact word. What was it? Flock. So you think all of those folks didn't meet up because they hang out and say, look, and when it comes to your confessionals, or even if we're talking in scenes, you got to make sure to say this and make sure to say that. People out here that's giving commentary are grown individuals that, again, aren't taking orders from anybody. And we just click live or record a video and say what's on our mind. I'm going to speak for myself. Um, Yes, simply. My love and Marriage Huntsville historian is in the building. Simply beautiful. And she said they asked her about Martell being arrested, and she went on to accuse Mel and LB of conspiring against her and Martell. She absolutely did. And look, I can conspire with Simply Beautiful all I want. But if I go to that courthouse and I don't have the evidence to support the conspiring, guess what? Ain't no warrants being issued. I said ain't on purpose. Ain't no warrants being issued. You can't conspire and make up evidence. And in order for Madison County, child, their favorite place, in order for them to issue warrants for arrest, they have proof, concrete evidence. Concrete evidence. Yes, Glam Rocks. Child, you know they did. Miss Skin and Glam Rock said exactly they had a meeting. Miss Skin Deep, and then I'm gonna go real quickly to the comments that I starred. Said, how you gonna burn a bridge with someone and now extra mad because they not trying to help you build it back? Child, not just sail on, Miss Skin Deep. And cute avatar. Facts, Tanya B. Conviction and decision. And a decision. Real quickly though, because I only got about 3 minutes. Shout out to Trending, my little sis. She made a video yesterday. I was in the chat being nosy, child, while working. But Trending spoke on and if you guys have not seen it, make sure to go to her page. The appeal and the details of Martell's DV conviction. Now, we discussed this during our Let Loose Lounge. Hey, PN2 Rouse, it wasn't it PN2 or PNP? PN2, child. Hey, we spoke about this in our Let Loose Lounge. I don't think it was this past Saturday. It must have been Saturday before. But at that time, somebody in Let Loose said that he's already been granted his appeal. I question that because I've never seen an appeal that happens that quickly. Hey, good bad apple, my little innocent good bad apple child. But Trending, when she was going through her documents as well, she didn't see anything set for an appeal. Even when it comes to 45, child, the orange man, he's been, and this is straight political BS in my opinion, but he's been granted an appeal when it comes to his case in Georgia. His appeal has been granted, and it has been pushed out to March 2025. The reason why I say that's political is because the um election is in November. So, I ain't gonna get we'll discuss Cutie Crew and members only. But Martell was convicted early May. It's early June. Uh-oh, that's the wrong mugshot, child. That's the wrong mugshot. I got so many of them, child. Uh-oh, is that one? Oh, shoot. Oh, okay. Too many mugshots. But he was convicted beginning of May, and he's already been granted an appeal. Allegedly, he has an appeal in September, but I just, I'm just gonna go with what I saw at Trending. Trending didn't see it. Look, and I'm not saying that's not the case. Let me say that as well, that he hasn't been. VG chat, too many mug shots. Too many mug shots. Let me tell you guys, I am so ignorant because I had no idea. I didn't send it to myself, dog it. But one of the cuties sent me screenshots of Lance Fletcher, child. And this has been discussed. But I didn't know that not Lance, Chris Jr. Fletcher. I didn't know he had a DV charge. DV, third simple assault. I'm looking at my phone. Shout out to, I have to call her name later, but she sent this to me the other day. And before she sent me the screenshot, I was like, I don't think he was arrested for DV. I said, at least, and child, because I be mad in my business out here. And honestly, I just do not get a chance to watch a lot of videos. So I had no idea. So I'm gonna have to email this to myself because I got it. I'm gonna add it to the mugshot list. But maybe that's why Fletcher, just like Destiny, got pity for Martell. Now this is alleged. I'm not gonna say this, but allegedly he put his hands on a pregnant woman. Child. Allegedly. So Cutie Crew, that's another one we'll have to discuss. I wish I would have had the mugshot ready. CC say you get a mugshot. You get a mugshot. You. Everybody get a mugshot. But let me read these comments, and my hour is over. Shout out to 931 of you that joined me. Shout out again to the replay gang. If you haven't hit the like button, please hit that like button on your way out. I'm gonna read a couple comments. I'm out of here. Ruth said, how does she figure that Mel is looking for a riot when they are the ones always antagonizing and constantly talking about her to get a reaction so they can have something to talk about? You better say it, Ruth. Ms. Rat said, Destiny, sit your bitter, broke, homeless, bad credit, don't have nothing to offer. Ooh, child. Mel always winning. Love Melody. Miss Rat, you ain't have to let loose like that, child. Baby. Teresa said, envy and jealousy get you nowhere. The more these women of love in Huntsville talk, the more they sound and act like the Huntsville deplorables. Oh, no, Teresa. Baby, no, you didn't name them the deplorables in my soul voice. Destiny is a waste of TV time. Y'all, we not at the Triple L. Y'all letting loose. Joyce said, hey, Joyce, Dustpan. Ooh, child, y'all with these nicknames. Still talking about Mel. Tragic. She needs to worry about why Moses says she not wifey material and tell us why her ex-child allegedly wanted a DNA test, amongst other things. We want to know. These people hate. Joyce let loose. That's all alleged. And y'all know how I feel about Moses, child. Is he husband material? That's all I want to know. Moses says she ain't wifey material, but how did he get involved with her while he was in a committed relationship? How? Dang, I don't want this to end, but I got to end. Maybe we'll come back later, have a late power hour this evening. That way I could go ahead and email myself this stuff with Chris. Hey, let's do that later, guys. Let's do it later because girl is going out on another Disney, just a date tomorrow. But do I want to save it for a power hour or later tonight? If I don't schedule anything for later tonight, we'll have a power hour tomorrow afternoon. But I want us to react to the scene that I mentioned of Kimmy and Kiowa and Maurice at that reunion. For those of you that has forgotten about it, it was about as real as they come. So I'll make sure to upload it where I can react to it and we can have a discussion and whatever else is on your mind. If anything happened as far as hot topics, I'll most likely be back tonight. But shout out again to all of the content creators that were in the building. Shout out to the Cutie crew. Shout out to the Cutie mods. And shout out to each and every one of the Cuties for subscribing to me. Shout out to you guys for getting me to 10 million views. I wish they would update my YouTube page because that still says 9.8 million or something like that. But in my studio, it says over 10 million in under 2 years. So your girl been doing the work. But shout out to all of the content creators that's doing the work. Let's try to make this money. You know what I mean? Let's try to make this money. It would be nice if everybody just child, we'll talk about that later. Cutie crew, I ain't about to do that. I'm out of here. I love y'all. Hit that like button if you haven't already. Chat with you soon. Bye.
Chit chat with QT. Chit chat with QT. Chit chat, chit chat, chit chat with QT. Chat with QT. Chit chat with QT. Chit chat, chit chat, chit chat with QT. Chit chat with QT. Chit chat with QT. Chit chat, chit chat. Chit chat with QT. Chit chat with QT. Chit chat with QT. Chit chat, chit chat, chit chat with QT. With QT. Chit chat with QT. Chit chat, chit chat, chit chat with QT.